conversation, I don't think he understood what I was trying to say when I was like, okay, PC is okay in these regards, but it's not actually going to get you to the fact of the matter. It's not going to get you to the truth of the matter. It's just going to get you to, I think that this is okay because it seems okay. It's like, yes, we participate with this on a daily basis, right? We all participate in some kind of PC. However, however, we can all be wrong. All our seemings can be wrong. That's why we need the second part. I think that that's a fair point. My thing with that was when we're talking about like truth, like the fact of the matter, right? Phenomenological conservatism falls flat, and it doesn't fall flat in a daily usage, right? And I love phenomenology, you know this. So like yes, on a daily basis, my chicken seems to be cooked. That's justified belief, but is it true? I don't know. Could be, could not be. It doesn't actually answer anything about the truth statement. It just answers like, oh yeah, I'm justified in believing this. I'm justified in thinking this, not this is the case. I mean, I think that it does rely too heavily when we're talking about epistemology. I think it relies too heavily on the simple seemings and rather than like going into it just doesn't go into truth and that was really frustrating. I think I'm just autistic and need to learn how to express myself better. Eh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna go grab my Red Bull that's in the other room. Just as a way to rub it in your face a little bit. Yeah, of course I'm a Red Bull girl. I used to smoke cigarettes. I'm gonna actually like come and find you and place undisclosed No, I'm just kidding. Red Bull is better than Monster. It's more of an acquired taste. Monster drinkers are for children, and Red Bulls are for adults. And I will okay, you can go and order your Philly drink at the bar. I don't have a problem with that, right? But just let me take my like whiskey straight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That would not go well for either of y'all. Maybe not say that name out here. Mm-mm. Well, she doesn't know TikTok. No, it's C. But no, it's I don't know. I've had some of these like groups come up and like follow me places, and it's really annoying. Oh, I have the clips. I should show them to you later. From that, yeah. And then they started getting weird and talking about like political science, and they were like, "Yeah, fascism isn't a right wing ideology." And I was like, "I'm gonna leave because you're obviously dumb." Um, Again, I'm not the best person when it talks about fascism. I would feel like I would have to talk to Jackdaw first and have a better understanding. But my understanding is that it's a right wing ideology. I mean, but then again, I'm just turned 27 and there's only so many books I can read in that time, you know? So, political philosophy, not a philosophy of politics, not mine. Not my thing. A bone to pick with you.
How on earth are you gonna make a tier list with unhinged people and the duck defense don't get put on the tier list? I feel betrayed. I feel dishonored. Not putting the duck defense as just the number one, that makes that you it's the number one argument ever used, and I feel hurt. Perfect. That's all I need. That's karma. All right, just make sure that the duck defense gets put on there this time. It's the greatest argument ever made.
Bro, imagine. Wait. You don't know very much about computers. Okay, those are two different parts. One of them is going to be your CPU, your central processing unit. The other one is going to be your GPU. Highly recommend NVIDIA, actually. A graphics processing unit. It is specifically designed to process like rendering and like compiling shaders and like but with your CPU, that's more of like the brain. Think of it like the your CPU is your brain, but only insofar as it's connected to your SSD or your drive. So the drive is like memory, right? So I'm not gonna go into how to build a computer with you. Someone got a new VCR and I'm really jealous. I've actually been looking for a cassette player, like a portable cassette player.
What's up, man? Can you, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? All right. You want me to go up the prompt? First, why should I believe or trust in the Christian God? First of all, what is the Christian God? One that's depicted in the Bible. Talking about the mass murder one, the mass murderer, the one that's always instructing the so-called children of Israel to go wipe out whole nations and peoples and to take over land and destroy everything that's breathing. You talking about that one? And who was also characterized as loving, merciful, nourishment. That's one in the same. All right. let me break it down. Why I don't. I see it today. I see it today.
I don't think anyone
Okay.
here does. The questions we're trying to get people who do believe in trust in the Christian God, right? So why should I? You're saying you shouldn't. It's like, yeah, we agree.
All right. The whole the whole institution of accountability that Christianity allows white T Christians, especially white T liberal males, is I can do anything, I can violate anything, I can violate anything. Can you hear
There's
me?
some sort of background noise that's like,
That's not me. I'm in a room. That's not me.
okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
It's like white noise in the background, and that's not me.
Coco, you got some. I'm running alive with bad mic. Tisk tisk. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to blow out your mic with your speaker, I just need to like sit you down and go through technology. Okay, that headset is not a very good mic quality, right? You didn't get that with like audio quality in mind, did you? Okay, yeah. Oh, Toby, you're so loud. No, Toby is. Can you hear him? I can hear you breathing. Move it further. Or you could shut your windows, because it is raining. Matthew, hello. Yeah, significantly better.
The lack of accountability, the the barbarity that has been perpetrated in the name of Jesus against peoples all over this planet in the name of Christianity. I've absolved from the Christian church a long time ago. I used to be until one day I sat in a sermon and watched a fraud being perpetrated right before my very eyes. I honestly contemplated leaving the church, my girl and my son right there, going home, get the pistol, come back and rob the pastor and trying to figure out how I'm gonna get away with it. The whole time I sat there. And that's where I realized this is such BS. This is bullshit. It's how could I put this for lack of a better phrase? A congregation of sheep that's being led to a false belief into a house of slaughter that no one knows that they're going into. Just led.
Um,
You have you have
so
prominent people that
I have a question. So, like, is your reasons for not believing based in like your personal experiences?
It's a various of reasons. I'm just giving you the one that jumped out
That's fair.
first, right? It's various reasons. Um, you can see the hypocrisy, you can see the fraud in it. You can see a whole lot of things in it that doesn't represent fairness, love, equality, righteousness. Is a laundry list of things that doesn't coincide with what is trying to be institutionalized as. So when you really look at it and you argue or try to understand the YT Christian liberal male, oh man,
Why are
and
you
all
adding
those.
liberal in there? I think that it's a conservative issue more than it is a liberalism, right? Because when we're talking about conservatism, we're going to be talking about more of like a patriarchal system of like control, whereas like liberals on average are
Okay,
going to be like denying that. So like I think it's just like
could you
white men
is
in general. I don't
is
think it's any specific like political leaning.
is it a habit of yours to just cut people off and instead of letting
Yes.
them finish? That's a bad habit. I wish you would
Why?
stop. Because let me finish, then I'll hear you out. Then I'll answer your questions. That's how conversations go.
I don't think that's not how my conversations go. When someone has a question, if I'm in the middle of something and they have a question, they should ask me that before I finish my statement so that they understand.
No, you let the person finish talking. That's how you lose your train of thought.
Oh, I mean, I just engaged in
No,
conversation
you just
differently. That's fine.
no. Wow. Well, please calm down, please.
Um,
I forgot what I was saying. You just rudely interrupted me.
no, I asked you a question, love. Those are two different things.
And what was your question?
Yeah, why are you saying that it's liberal men rather than just all white men?
It's both. It's all together. But I focus more on them because I've had experiences and dealings with them, and you know when you're in their presence. So maybe your experiences are different, but when you got those types, and
What do you mean those types?
that's exactly what I mean. I said it right.
Like, I mean, just white men?
No,
Like, yeah,
not
white
all
men.
of them. I'm not gonna put all of them in a box because
Well, of
I've
course not, right? But like
known some that
as
don't
a
participate.
whole,
As a general
as a whole,
rule,
white men
yeah.
are fucking awful, right? Like I think we can all agree there.
I mean, those are your peoples. So if that's how you want to categorize it, then feel free.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot do anything but to recognize that, um, you know, colorism and all of this, and imperialism and colonialism, and the destruction of cultures and languages and religions. Yes, that was all colonialism by white men, and I can't go back and change that. But I'm gonna recognize that, like, also white women were hugely influential in propping up and maintaining those systems of power. So, uh, like, yeah, those were my quote unquote peoples, but that doesn't mean that I agree with them, and that doesn't mean that I support their decisions now,
And why is that?
because I hold it to be abhorrent. All individuals are deserving of love, kindness, and respect, regardless of anything. Right? I'm just going to hold that to be a pragmatic truth.
So let me ask you something. So right now, you're telling me that you have forfeited your YT privilege to
No, I
speak the
haven't
message
said that.
that you speak and carry on. I'm
No, I
asking. I'm
will
not saying you
always
said
have
anything.
white
I'm asking
privilege. I will
until you
always
denounce
have
it.
white privilege because as I move around society, I am perceived as a white woman. This gives me specific, like, just internal, people are going to think of me and see me differently than other members of society and do more to protect and help me, especially as a young, white, conventionally attractive. I am always going to contain that privilege. My job is to use that privilege to help underprivileged individuals. That is my responsibility.
And how do you go about helping?
Say that one more time. I couldn't quite hear you.
You said helping underprivileged individuals. How do you go about helping them?
Sure. So there are going to be resources and things that I have access to as a white woman, right? That other individuals are going to have less access to. The immediate thing I can think of is litigation. As a white woman who has access to funds, it is my responsibility when things happen to me that are affecting other individuals, especially people of color or marginalized individuals or groups. I have a responsibility as the most privileged person there to do whatever I can to make that situation better. Not, and it's not even I'm doing it because I feel a sense of like a need. It's just these are people suffering, and I have a privilege.
Okay.
And if I can use that privilege to undermine the system, to use the system against itself, to help other individuals, then I'm going to do that. Because the system gave me this privilege.
Just now, okay, you just said just now that you can help someone better. better, better. Instead of the term fairness, because we all know the system is not fair towards us as the quote unquote minority class. So here you comes in with your cape on, Miss, I'm not gonna forfeit my white tea privilege. I'm gonna help you because that's my duty.
How would I forfeit my
Trying to
white
save the day to
privilege?
make things better. I'm asking because you have placed yourself in a situation or
You're breaking up. 1 second. I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm
yes,
still
I
breaking
can.
up?
Nope, I hear you clear now.
I don't know why. Okay.
Sometimes technology just doesn't like us.
I have a question for you. So, since you believe that you have privilege over everybody else, do you feel superior? Do you feel like you're superior to everybody else?
I try and no. Obviously, I'm going to have
You try?
internalized. Yeah, right. Obviously, I have internalized stuff. Right. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that I grew up in a family, in a society that treated minorities as less than. That is how I grew up. It's my responsibility to do my best to undo that internalized. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just rare
No.
that I hear white tea people admit to white privilege. So I'm just trying to understand how you really view yourself, because you're saying you're a white woman, you're conventionally attractive. So because of those things, you feel like you're better than other people. That's what I'm hearing.
No. It's not that I'm better than other people. It's that I have access to more resources within the system because of how the system is set up. That system is inherently harmful. And I don't think I should have privileges other people don't. So how can I use the privileges the system has given me to undermine that system? Does that make sense?
I mean, it makes sense, but I guess from my perspective, it's what I've experienced is more silent. The way that racism works, it's not really covert. So I feel like for you, you would at least try to listen to other people's experiences, because it's not always what you think.
Are you an attorney?
No.
Me?
No, I'm asking Missy
No,
MX.
I'm
Are
not.
you an attorney?
No.
So what kind of resources or connections you have to assist people or underprivileged people in the justice system?
Sure. Right. So it would have been really great for you to have understood where I'm coming from, Coco.
No, I'm trying to understand where
No,
she's
I don't
coming
think
from.
that's the case, right? There's this, and I understand it because most white people aren't going to admit to the privilege the system gives. So, like, I recognize the system gives me privilege. I am not better than anyone else.
Will you ever forfeit your white tea privilege?
I don't think that is possible with the system. Does that make sense? Like, how would I do that?
No. How would you do it? Easy. No, that's not the aim. That's not the aim. That's not the aim. I'm trying to understand. Yeah, I'm trying to comprehend. That's what I'm trying to do. To know who I'm talking to. Is that okay? Is that all right with you? I mean, I'm not driving. I wasn't driving. I'm just in the back seat and I'm responding.
Well, originally, the original question was, I believe that it's all white men, and it's not liberal versus conservatism. It's not a left and right side issue, and that it's just white men, right? That was my original point.
Yeah, but to say what Roscoe was saying, there's no way for any of us to undo the system unless you go back in time and undo colonization
Well,
and
and stop and stop
slavery.
participating in it too, because white people are still participating in colonization.
All over the
Yeah.
world.
Exactly, right? Like, how can I, as someone who has benefited from that system, stop that system? Because it is obviously abhorrent, and I hate everything about colonialism and imperialism and the spreading of this idea of, like, quote unquote white culture, the superiority of, like, some sort of color. Like, it's asinine to me. It will never make sense to me. I grew up in a clan family, and I still never understood it.
Maybe it'll help you to like not feel bad about it. I don't know how else to explain it.
I don't, here's the thing, like, when I see, white people hurting other individuals, that sucks. I'm like, wow. But it sucks just insofar as every other person is suffering. I just think that white people just do it at a scale that's astronomical and so abhorrent.
I think it's Roscoe.
Let's go. But does that make sense? I feel like, well, also, it's my responsibility to, like, speak to, like, marginalized individuals and try to understand their perspective, as well, right? That's how you develop empathy. So if you'd like to ask what I do on a daily basis, it would be, or I guess a weekly basis, because I'm not gonna lie, not every day can I get out of bed, but I do enjoy feeding and clothing the homeless. So I like making like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and going and hanging out with like some of the like local homeless individuals that I do know. And just participate in some kind of like community, because that's what I can do right now. Are there things that I can do in other systems? So like when I was in a mental institution, I was surrounded by marginalized individuals. And I had access to a doctor who was going to tell me exactly what I needed to do to get out, exactly what I needed to do to get the proper treatment, because I was a white woman. And I was able to use that and be like, hey, everybody else, this is exactly what you need to do to get out of here and to get the proper treatment and to get the proper help.
What were you being treated for?
I don't really feel like I would like to go into why I was in a mental institution. That's a bit
I didn't
private.
ask why you I didn't ask why you were there. I asked you what you were being treated for. Two different questions.
Okay, so I went to a facility to be treated for a disorder. So that's going to be the same thing.
Because the reason I'm asking is because I know about that process. I know about that system. I know about these state hospitals. I know the games that they play. I know intimately. I know how they can manipulate records and diagnoses and commit fraud and have you on medication that's not necessarily conducive to whatever problems you may or may not have. That's why I'm asking. I speak wholeheartedly about this whole system. So that's why I asked you: was you Baker acted? How did you end up there, and what was you being treated for? Because this whole system.
I'm gonna say I don't feel comfortable answering that.
Okay.
Not on a public forum. Like if I was speaking to you in private, in real life, I think I would feel more comfortable. But I just do not actually feel comfortable expressing that online.
That's cool. That's cool.
Well, yeah, I came up to defend Christianity, but I know a lot of people aren't Christian, so they're gonna have an issue. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm a Christian. I think that there's a lot of horrible stuff going on in the world all the time, and people blame God. And I think because they don't have an understanding of God, like what Christians believe is that you can have a personal relationship with God, and then with that comes the wisdom and understanding of what's going on. Like you wouldn't feel like you're just at the whims of what's going on in the world anymore. And I do think that God is all loving and all good. And I know people don't think that because of what's going on. It looks like God is like allowing all of this to go on. And I feel like God isn't as horrible as everyone makes him out to be. Like, I don't know, maybe because of my personal experience, I feel like I'm blessed. I feel like I have a really good life. And as a person like me, like what Miss was saying, like I'm black, I'm a woman, I should be at the bottom of society, I should have nothing. And I was thinking about it, like I guess I don't feel so unprivileged. And I was thinking, I wonder why I don't feel that way. Maybe I'm just blessed. I don't know. I haven't had the worst life, even though that's what people would expect me to have. No, not in this way, no. Nope. Not a philosopher. Yes. Yep. Yeah.
They settled. They settled of cases.
Yeah. Like, what's your question about it? Why didn't God do anything to stop it? Okay, so what God did was sent Jesus Christ to unalive for our sins, right? So when Jesus Christ was on earth, he taught the way for us to be. And so God gave us the free will to choose to live our lives however we want to live our lives, to do right or wrong. That, because, okay, people always say we don't have free will, but there would be no way for God to know if you truly love him, if you truly want to be doing the right thing, if it was just like automatic, if you couldn't make the choice for yourself.
Queen, I don't
So
think that was. I don't think you answering the question, Queen. Yeah,
I'm not done. I'm literally not done. My point is that what God did to fix the problems of the world was sent Jesus Christ to show us how to live. And we have the choice to accept that. And if you don't accept that, then you will stay in your sinful way. You're asking why people do sins, because that is the nature of human beings. That is how we are. Jesus Christ came to save us from that. This is a biblical thing. Like, that's the answer. You're not going to understand unless you see it from that way. I mean, I am a great victim. I mean, you think that women, I mean, yeah, people keep using that as a thing. I'm like, okay, a lot of people go through that more than you'd realize. Yeah, you're right. I don't feel like God doesn't love me or God allowed it to happen. No, go ahead. I really don't care.
I have a line of questioning, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's up to you, Coco.
No, go ahead. What is it?
I'm also okay
I'm
with it.
interested. Like I said, people have free will. I don't blame God for what that person chose to do with his free will. No, people have always had free will. Okay, for just to say this, the reason why all these horrible things happen in the world is because of human beings. There's enough resources to go around. So it's not God's fault. It's the way that human beings hoard those resources from other people. And then something else you said. I forgot, but you said a lot of things. Can you repeat it? Okay, I understand now. So how do you stop someone from doing something that they want to do? Like you would have to do it by force, right? So would you expect God to come down and destroy all those people that want to do bad things before they do them? Yeah. Yeah, but you don't believe in God, so how are you supposed to listen to God if you don't even believe in Him? Like, do you think you would believe in God if He started talking to you right now?
Sorry, guys. And at the end of the day, there is hell and
Okay, two things, right? God does talk to people, right? Like, if you were to hear somebody's personal revelation of God, would you believe it? Because you said if God came to you and showed you who He was, and maybe you believe it. But what about the other people that see, like, that hear from God, see God in their life? Would you believe them? He probably has, right? It's not that. Like I said, there's the sin in the flesh. People, like, I don't know how else to explain it to you. It's human nature to sin, and it's like in the Bible, it talks about how this is a fight against spiritual things, and it's not physical. It is flesh winning over your spirit. It is not like, I don't know if you've ever had like a porn addiction or a lust addiction, but somebody like that, right? They're fighting and battling with that physical desire to do those things. Even though they may want to not do those things, the physical desire is there and it's powerful, it's strong. There's a physical desire that humans have to do bad things. And to overcome that, you have to constantly surrender to God, listen to God. Like, I'm not saying that those people were right to do those things. I'm sure God tried to stop them, but their flesh won in those wars of doing the right or wrong. Maybe you don't deal with it, but a lot of people, they deal with it.
God doesn't exist, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, I know that voice.
Mm.
Sorry, can I say why should I believe or trust that the Christian God is worthy of a trust?
It's okay. We can move on from me. I've been talking a lot.
No, I want to add this is yeah.
I also do, we were talking about the Epicurean riddle, and or the paradox, and I wanted to run it.
Yo, Coco, I will knock your head through if you don't put me up.
Nah, facts. Move me up too. What are we doing? Yeah. This guy's trolling.
So I'm just gonna present it. Like it's kind of a lazy argument, I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm gonna ask you some questions, and they're yes or no questions. So can God prevent evil?
Yep.
Does God know all about, or does God know about all the evil?
Yep.
Does God want to prevent evil?
Yep.
So why is there evil?
Because of human beings.
That's the word.
Could God have created, one second, could God have created a universe where human beings have free will and evil does not exist?
No.
Evil exists because evil is separation from God. Whatever God tells us to do is good, and whatever is outside of God is bad. So the reason why sin exists is because humans disobeyed God and did the opposite of what God told us to do.
So in other words, because God exists and he's good, the opposite is evil. So
No, I was just
that's
asking, could God have made it so that we had free will and evil doesn't exist?
no, he can't.
Okay, so no, he can't, so he's not all powerful. Got it.
No, because it's not about being all powerful. It's the fact that he is God. So if you go against what he says, that's evil in and of itself. So it's
So he can't
inescapable.
do something. Got it.
So but you
Also,
can't have free will.
yes, the Epicurean dilemma is very but we talked about it earlier, Kat. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Why God would do something if He already said if you put your hand on the fire, you're gonna burn, and you do it, you
That's
just will
evil.
expect it what differently?
What?
So evil isn't a creation. It's a state of disobeying God. So you can't have free will and then evil not be able to exist because you have the choice to disobey. Why? A few times. Nope, I have not. Yes, I have free will to choose or free choice. Yeah. Yes. That's not logically possible. Because if everyone 100% chooses good, that's not logical. Yeah, because you're saying there's free choice, but everyone 100% does. Okay. But okay, so it's free will, but everyone does the same thing. That seems like programming to me. Like you're robots, right? I mean, because if you're saying if it's free, then there would be variability. So I don't do the P1. I'm just speaking in general terms. If something's free, you're gonna have variations. You're not gonna have everyone having the same outcome. That doesn't seem free.
It's free, but there is limits.
Okay, but how would you make a world where people only choose the good and you call it free choice? If there's only one option that you're always choosing, I mean, it doesn't make logical sense. Why? Why don't they do it? Why don't they do it? Yes, I'm only one person, but you're saying the whole world would not. Yeah, because it's not free at that point if everyone is doing it. That's the point. It's because as human beings, we have we can see from our own experience that if something is the same outcome, then there's some kind of programming or mechanistic expression. It's not free. It's a machine at that point. Yes, I'm making a choice not to rob it. Yep. Yes, it's a choice. Yes, we are. Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're doing it freely. Yeah. Yes, it's a free choice. You can keep doing it. Yes, infinitely. Yes. Yeah, because yes, because somebody would eventually rob the bank.
Ah, come on, you're ringing up. Okay,
No, it's all free choice. But again, we don't live in a. It's all. I mean, I don't believe in free will, but I mean, it's free choice. But at the end of the day, somebody will rob the bank, which they have done in the world. Okay.
at the end of your definition is wrong.
Yeah. So yes. s- yeah, so I actually have the opposite. I think free choice is making the choice from what's available, the available options. So you can choose from the available options. Free will for me
That's correct.
is
That's simple.
being able to do whatever you want that you will. So if I will to fly, I will fly. If I will to jump and defy the laws of gravity, I will do it. So that's what I define as free will. So it's actually the opposite for me.
Hikmat.
Good, like, so I just want to like quickly say something to free will. When we're talking about will and we're saying that it's completely free, right? We're gonna be talking about like indeterminism, right? Indeterminism. And so even within a deterministic system, you can have quote unquote free will, but that's all gonna come down to semantics.
Yeah, it's semantics. Yeah, it's semantics. Yeah.
So I guess the question is like when we talking about free will, at least in my definition, it's given the same prior antecedents, you could have done otherwise.
Okay.
Coco, can you drop your other account?
So guys, really?
Yeah. So okay, so robbing the bank, that's if everyone has their needs met and there's no poverty, yeah, there is no need for me to rob the bank. I already have the money, right? What I mean is you're saying God can create a world where there is only, people have the option to do good, but everyone is just or to do good and evil, but everyone just always does the good. That's inconceivable because if there's always one outcome, then there is no free choice, right? Because if I created something, right, and it can only do the good and it doesn't choose the evil, that means I program it to only do one thing. But they never do it. Okay, so if they never do it, how do you know they have the ability to do it then? If they never do it, isn't ability the demonstrated? Like you.
Do I have the ability to go start a fire?
Yes, I've seen. Yes, other humans have started fires. Yes, so
Okay.
we have proof of it. Oh no, but I can infer because she's human. So and if she has hands
So
and
if
other
they're
humans have
all
done it,
humans and they choose
then
to not rob the bank,
that means they
where's
don't have the
the
ability to rob it.
Oh,
So
I'm saying okay, so I have the ability. Let's say I have everything needed in my backpack to rob this bank. I have absolutely everything I could need. I have a mask, I have some sort of weapon, I have some sort of way to get out. I have absolutely everything necessary to do this very well. And I walk past it. And if every person had the ability to, they had everything they need in their backpack, and they continue to walk past it, how many people have to walk past it before it's no longer free?
it's all free. It's all free.
What?
The choice. It's all free choice. Yes. 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 It's all free choice. Yes. Uh, Okay, but you're
create the
giving
world
one
to
example. When I say evil, that means there's multiple ways you can do evil.
That's called a reductio.
It's not just one example of robbing the bank, because I think that's very simplistic. Okay, so in that okay so in
You don't
that
even need that, Coco.
so in
If
that
God
world,
could create, one second, if God could have created a world where everyone walks past that bank, even if it's just that particular bank, we could argue that evil has been lessened. And so
evil
you wouldn't even need all of that.
create the world with less bank robberies. I mean, the bank is a human creation. I mean, right? Because we have free choice, and the original argument was that completely no evil at all. Yes, don't rob banks. Yes, in your example, I submit it, but that's not reality.
Right. Right after the bank, right after the bank, I see an individual getting mugged on the other side of the road, and I have the ability to stop it. And so I do. And then the next person walks past the bank, sees the same thing, does the same thing. And then the next person does it, and then they see the same thing and they do it. At what point is that no longer? And then another question I have is, are you a determinist or are you a compatibilist, or are you an indeterminist or are you determinist?
I mean, I think there's some parts of determinism that I agree with.
Well, that's a dichotomy, my friend.
But I don't. I'm not one of these debate bros where I'm thinking about these things deeply. I just look at it from a simplistic layman's terms. That's how I argue. I don't.
So I guess is the system in totality, is everything determined or not?
Oh, well, we have biological, certain things that, no matter what you do, you're going to, you're going to have certain outcomes. You can't escape it. We all have to mature. We all have to unalive at some point, So, there's just parts of it that, you just can't escape. It's determined.
Yo, Coco. Can Big Homie Cap run you through an unbeatable argument for God?
No. All around. Yeah, it's like all around.
Well, Cap, I'm not. You have to engage with people where they're at, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
But Cap is a low tier.
Stop saying that.
Where do you? Let me see that tier list. Can you zoom in on that tier list?
Wait, yeah. Can you zoom in real quick?
Cause Coco, we might have some. That might be a little too much, though.
Oh, hold on.
Yo.
1 second. I cannot be in a category with Deathless. No. No.
Wait, you? Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I put in the skid cell.
Coco.
Put me in D at that point.
Look at where you have me at. Coco, you have me in tier B. Look at who you have above me.
Why is that guy A tier? Deconstruction Zone A tier?
I'm sorry. You say Constantine is A tier?
Go to Coco. Go scroll down, please. Coco, please go down to the B tier.
Something like this.
Coco, you have Nika. Coco, you have Nika ahead of me, dude.
You have Deconstruction
Coco,
Zone
you think Nika's a better debater than me? Coco, are you? Coco.
Deconstruction Zone in A tier, and you got Kylo in B tier. Oh yeah.
One second. You have
Coco.
Okay.
You disrespect me like this?
1 second. What is this debate? Like, what are the necessary conditions to be considered? Like, what are the rules? What's the rubric here?
God, Cap. He has Constantine Chronicles.
He has Constantine next to Dingo. I watched Dingo get
This is rage bait.
fisted by Jackdaw about
You have
fascism.
Sinlith in A. You have Sinlith in A tier and not Kylo.
Craziness.
This is rage bait.
No, Constantine's an asshole who doesn't know shit except anything about the Bible.
Listen, Coco, bro, I feel like, bro, you should know me better, twin. You have Constantine
You have Solo in A tier. What is this?
Who you calling twin, by the way?
You might as well put me in A tier at that point, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Big bully now.
Exactly. No, you wouldn't do it for me. Why are you doing it for Constantine? I've beaten Constantine. He and I have had conversations where he looks like an absolute idiot. Oh man, I got flagged for bullying again.
Who is responsible for this tier list? I just want to know that.
Yeah, that tier list is nuts.
Do you want me to leave for 10?
Where are you going?
I can name at least 3-4 people.
Wait, Coco, I know that Prince guy, that Prince SOK guy. Coco, if he were to join the panel right now, I would put him in a full Nelson.
He lost to my formulation of the outfield.
Coco, I would put him in a full Nelson.
Can I debate someone? Can I show my skills now?
Let me speak, Coco.
You're a fucking idiot.
Coco.
I need to find out who were responsible.
I can name 4 people in A tier who people in lower tiers would dominate.
Coco.
Who is this? Yo, Christian Costa, please stop making noises, please, bro.
Nah, facts.
I'll do whatever I want when I want.
You are making noise.
I wasn't even talking to you.
I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up.
Can you go to the
This
prompt?
guy's weird.
Yeah, just the guys that is trying to change the subject, change the conversation. Why? Just go deep what the guys were talking.
I think it's kind of like a friends, right? Like it's
Okay, no, yes. My first language is Portuguese. I will try my best to say why should I believe or trust
I don't care.
Christian God?
Cap, what argument are you running?
Listen, Coco, let me ask you
Cap,
I need to
what
ask you this
argument are
question,
you running?
Coco.
Sorry.
Dr. Blitz.
This is chaos. This is absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Unfortunately,
How about you shut the fuck up?
Why are you telling a host to shut up, Boroko?
I didn't.
hey, host Coco, can I speak? Yeah, but you got us. You got it. Queen's gone. Guardian probably is gone.
Yeah,
You
this
got
guy
us.
gotta
You
go,
got us.
bro.
You got us. All of you.
That's the one I was supposed to be in.
No, look,
I think
okay,
you should put the 2 S.
I need to ask you a question. That's a very serious question. Okay, out of the 100,000 debaters in this community, you're telling me this is no Constantine Chronicles is my brother. You're telling me out of the 100,000+ debaters, you think Constantine Chronicles is of the 1 percentile? Are you kidding me?
What makes you put Justin from Deconstruction Zone 8 here?
Who is Ben? Which Ben?
Ben is Buns.
Wait, who? Who? We can't see it all. We can't see it all.
Yeah, we can't see it. If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, that's not even a feat.
Literally.
Well, it
Better
also
not be talking about what I think you're talking about.
It depends on the topic, right? Some of these people are really great in one specific area. But like if you ask them like, oh, what's your epistemology? They're gonna be like, I don't fucking know. But then some of them are going to be extremely strong in these like philosophical concepts, but they aren't gonna have as much of like a direct like hyperfixation and understanding of like a very specific topic. So it seems as if this
They're
is
not
just
even
a
good at
completely
their own
arbitrary
topic.
and subjective list with absolutely no standard.
What Ben is that?
No, he's a random dude.
Yeah, I don't.
Coco, you also
Didn't this
said that
conjecture fund
J
get
Rob
You have Hasanabi in B tier? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you look.
Can we go from the top? Like, can we just look at the tier A people? I just have to look. Okay, let's just say all the tier S people are just fine there. Let's analyze tier A. Amdir, he's good. Flenser, we could. Let's just say who does not need to be on tier A. 1, Constantine. 2, Sir.
Construction zone.
Wait, what's that guy at the guy to the
Dingo.
left?
I'm
Sticks.
sorry, Dingo
Why
doesn't belong
Sticks
in
is
A.
Coco? Sticks is not a tier A debater.
No,
Yeah,
Can I please ask you one question? I'm gonna stop. Does tier A mean? Okay, does tier A supposed to represent like legit goats, or is tier A just for like a decent debater?
There are people in A tier that
Yo,
slaughter Dr.
hold on.
Boys.
Hold on.
No, he's booty.
He's booty, bro.
Again,
Okay,
No,
that's
you
because
realize-
these are so
hold on.
categorically
In his-
specific
people on
rather
this
than
tier
having
list
like a
are not
universal
people.
standard.
Are you
In his-
basing these off them being a debater overall? Like, just all things considered, their rhetoric, their substance, their who they actually have beaten higher tier people. Like, is all that being accounted for? Because people like think about somebody like
I'm
Sticks.
sorry, 1 second. Hassan debated at Yale.
He's still bunned. He's not a good debater.
1 second. He still debated at Yale. Do you know who gets
He
invited
debated
to
at
debate
Yale
at
because
Yale?
he's well known, not because he's a good debater.
Oh, I hard disagree. I like Hassan.
He's buns.
If you think that
loses
Destiny's
himself
better,
to
then
the
you
point,
have
yeah.
genuinely no idea what you're talking about. And you've never actually like looked at a position in your life. And I will literally be sending you videos about how awful Destiny is in comparison. Here's the thing: Destiny's rhetoric, great. His depth of knowledge, great. Do I agree with anything? Absolutely fucking not. I don't think that he holds consistent beliefs. I think that he just holds like he's just good with rhetoric. And
is that Graham Moppy in S tier? Oh, you're trolling.
Oh my god.
Everyone
yo.
in A tier.
no, I think
Hold
that
on.
Destiny
Hold
and
on.
Hassan.
Maybe not Sir or
Hold on.
Dustin. He loses to Apollo.
I will destroy that little guy.
He loses to Flo. He loses to Kylo.
No, Flo's
Wait,
overkill.
wait.
Flo's overkill.
I actually am curious. 1 second, who's in F tier? I just belong a little bit above Russell, I think. If you put me in with Dart Dawkins, I'll find you.
Oh, can we look? Okay, well, listen, Coco, please. Okay, I'm no disrespect. What's her name? Something atheist. The girl at the top of tier B, right? Like her. I put her in the full Nelson. Please don't ever.
She's terrible.
Please. Okay, that's just overly crazy. Like, I'm not going.
Kylo
I
in
just
the same
debate.
tier
I
as
just
AR?
You have AR
just
above
debated
Kylo,
AR.
you're out of your
Yeah, I
goddamn
just
mind.
debated AR. I gave him.
You realize
No,
I
he's
gave him
not.
a wedgie, Coco.
Kylo definitely
He lost to fine
deserves
tuning. He was giving
A tier.
frequentist objections to the Bayesian argument.
I'm
He's
sorry,
woo!
I beat AR.
But fact is probably the best one now, like of the whole tier list.
I hard disagree with that. I hard
No,
disagree with
I
that.
have
The
talked
only
to I have talked to Fact.
No, I
think he's
love
a logical
Shark.
man.
Don't get me wrong. Like Shark and I have had great conversations. It's just like he's going to hold to a rationalist position, and he's not going to give up on that. He's going
No,
to
he's
go
a-
rational
he's a
parenting.
fallibilist.
And like, and that's
He's a fallibilist.
fine, right? But I don't think that that's as substantive as like a different type of
Okay,
like, and
no.
also
Who do I
like
gotta
he's,
give
like,
No,
belts
hold
to
he's
on.
some
by
sort of
nature?
Platonist. Like, I
Hold
don't
on. No,
know.
he's a by the way, most like people like Augustine was a Platonist. They adopted like this type of Platonist.
Yeah, I
the
mean, that's
position you hold
fine.
is
That's
really
fine
toxic.
600 years ago, right? Update your philosophy.
What are you
Y'all not-
talking about? What?
This
You
tier
realize-
list
Yo,
is the
Nika
worst
just
tier
beat
list.
Mars. Nika just beat Mars in the debate.
Yeah, fact.
You might want to
fact,
update.
I'll
What
talk
do
update
I
that.
need to give belt?
No,
to
I
get put
love,
in
don't get me
nature?
wrong, I love Shark, right? Like, Shark is great.
Wait, let's do. Wait, Coco,
Hold
can
on.
do you have it lettered like this for a reason? Like skits, like A, but barely. Like
Can,
what?
like, can you put me below all of the, can I just go
Yo,
on the
why am I
bottom?
not on this list, bro? I'm an S tier
Like, or
debater,
at this
bro.
point,
Hold
just like
on.
put me in a fucking F tier and like call it a day.
you gotta take constant.
I don't think I'm F tier, but everybody else does, so it doesn't matter.
Look, I could
Yo,
tell
put
you
me
where
on
Missy
this
should
list,
go,
bro. I made Kaido KG concede, bro. Put
You
me on this
didn't.
list, bro.
You didn't. You
Hey,
should
hey,
put.
Kylo, I'll debate you on
Put me on this list, bro.
aesthetics.
Put me on this list.
You should put Missy like right behind. Bro, this is so cooked, dude.
No, look, all
I
the
feel
people
like
here
Prince.
deserve
I
to be
feel
like
like
in
Prince
B tier.
literally. Prince and I have had
Put Missy
conversations where
above
I just,
Nika.
like,
Hold on, yo, all the people here get noted by Amen.
Yes, Missy beats Nika.
No, I'm not gonna lie. They do get noted by X Storm. Like if you put
Bro,
X
I
Storm
don't
above
think you should
Exactly,
have.
bro.
You
Put me
shouldn't
next to
have angry
Prince.
Reddit atheist
Put me
on
next
this
to
list. He
Hold on,
just
if you
scored.
put them in a Discord call,
if you put
fucking
X Storm
Amen
up against
really
like
wouldn't.
Justin
I'm
from
sorry.
Deconstruction Zone, oh my, it's over.
Did y'all just hear what happened to Angry, by the way?
Can you wait? Hold on,
Hey,
SS.
Kylo.
Wait, let's go through the tier list right now, SS.
1 second. I have a question for you.
Huh?
Is PC a great way to get to the truth of the matter, or is it a great way to get a justification?
I mean, I
Just-
don't like PC in and of itself.
You should
Well,
adopt.
so like
you should,
I had
you
a
should adopt,
conversation where they were like, "Yeah, it's the way to get to truth," and I was like, "Are you out of your goddamn
Yeah, well, they're
mind?"
confused.
No, you
It was
realize
so
you realize you can hold out an
Depends on the
external
theory
list
of truth.
view.
But let's not
Well,
get
no,
into
like
the
I was
theory.
talking about epistemology, right? I was talking
Look.
about like foundationalism, and then they were just like, "Yeah, PC's better."
Let's not get.
It
Coco,
depends
can
on
you
your
go
theory of
grab
truth.
Cap from the? Is Cap in there? Is he like on the bottom where? Is he not at the bottom? Bottom? He's not on there at all.
That don't even got me on the list, bro.
Who's at
I'm
the
about to
bottom,
pass
bro?
out.
With that, but you can hold an externalist friendly phenomenal conservatism, which is
No
just
one's
the
about to
best view.
debate you 5e, so just relax.
Yeah, because I'm probably like the smartest guy in the whole TikTok debating Loki.
I think that anybody who thinks that they're the smartest
I am.
hasn't read enough.
I Loki am.
Because I'm an idiot. I have no knowledge. I am a baby when it comes to philosophy. And so claiming that I'm like this super intelligent person when I've been doing this for like 2 years, 3 years would just be
2 years?
intellectually
Yeah.
dishonest.
2 years.
You need to put Cayman's higher. I can't lie.
I'm not gonna lie, this tier list is disrespectful. Like y'all gotta let me come.
Yeah.
I'll put you
Oh,
beneath
that's
for
crazy.
Soul because his toolkit is more expansive than yours.
Have any of y'all come up with a rubric? Do I need to make a rubric, an actual tier list? Jesus.
Yo, Cap. Do you think what was Ian Apex tier in KG? Yeah, Ian is Buns, along with Hegelfan.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's not, bro. Just
I think
he's
that
not.
here's the
He
thing.
said, hold on, let
Here's
me
the thing,
look at
his
his views. He's a
depth
name modalist.
isn't
He's a
Yo,
Mr.
wait, Coco, can you do me a
He's a
favor?
wave function monist. Who takes that view serious?
Coco, can you open?
Did
Can
you
you open
say
a
a
new
wave
tab?
function bonus?
Wait,
Oh
Cap.
my.
Coco, can you open a
No, I'm
new
talking
tab on your
about Ian.
PC? All right, go to tier list maker.
I don't even know what you get. Wait,
Hold
yes,
on,
okay,
5
okay,
year. You no one's debating you right now, buddy.
yeah. No, I'm not trying to debate, buddy.
Okay,
What the fuck?
no, Ian's placement is not bad, bro. Like if you put him there, that's more respectable than like Constantine. But search up debaters tier list. Wait, no, wait. What's the name of bro? Well, I have like, oh my god. Search up
I'm
debaters tier list. Search up debaters tier list. Debaters tier list. Let me see if this pops up. I hope it does.
You type so slow.
I was just about to say the same thing. Jinx. Oh, what's the other one doing? My gosh. Wait, you don't take your hand off your mouse
Do
to
you
type
see?
and then put your hand back onto your mouse? Yeah, thank you. My goodness. Just kidding.
Debaters tier list. I want look for my up here. Let me see if it pops up.
Wait, go up. Go up. I saw a TikTok thing. Go up.
Wait,
Go up.
look for my logo though. Hold on. I'm gonna type in KG.
You should enter in Kyle or something.
Bro, I want to debate.
JoJo debaters? Oh, fuck yes.
Tier list. Kai.
JoJo's the best anime.
Kinetsu no Yaiba debaters? I'm like, why are these all... Why is it
Do
anime?
we not have the KG one?
Yeah, we do. Cause no, wait. When Coco sees this, it'll be.
Lucas and debaters.
Just tell him to search up the KG debater service.
Wait, Coco, I need you to.
Didn't Justin get cooked in a Trinity debate with like my friend? Like,
Oh, Coco, I wish you were in the server.
And here's another thing. Oh, no, you're good. I don't remember it now.
Ah, Coco, can you just join the server really quickly, please? I'll kick them.
Yeah, if you kick
PMARS, yeah.
All right, can you join?
Wait, one second. Why the fuck do you have PMARS in there? That's gross. That's disgusting. That's absolutely abhorrent.
Yo, he's kicked. He's kicked.
I want to make it very clear. Rasoul does not. Rasoul doesn't even type in the server. He's inactive as shit.
Wait, do you have Discord in your browser? All right, search up. I'm about to put in the general chat. Search up discord.gg/ Oh, I don't want to say it out.
Yeah, just do /KG Lounge.
/KG Lounge. I'm about to put the tier list in the general. Bro, Coco, trust. This is tech. Hold on. Okay, that's fine. I want you to see this. Like, even if you don't use this one, I just want you to see this. Please, I feel like this might sway your opinion. I can't. Just type in GG/KG Lounge. It'll pop right up.
What do I gotta do to get some pom-poms to cheer on KG and SOK and DVA and all of these? Can I just get like different colored pom-poms? What do you want?
All those other groups are trash. Like no.
Discord debating is like in another level.
I think I would just point blank say that like debating groups in general are more focused.
We're not a debating group though. Stop saying that.
That's fine. I think like a group, if you're going like, I guess it would be like, okay, then what's the point of the group? Is it to just learn?
Well, it's not a group.
What did you search up? Yeah. On PC, go to add on the left side of your PC. You should see on the Discord app. You should see the add server on the left hand side. It's a plus.
I just type in KG Lounge.
So type in join and type in discord.gg.
You don't even have to type all that. Just type in KG Lounge and it'll auto like put you in the server.
So yeah, just do what I said, bro. Type in Discord on that. Type in discord.gg/KG Lounge.
My Discord is called Cum Slums, and I won't apologize.
Hey yo.
How do I join?
You don't. You have to get like a super invite. I don't want like anybody in there. There's like 10 people in there.
What are you typing in?
You spelled it with no caps? Bro, but no, who has you added on Discord? I don't. Cap, can you add him really quickly, bro? Like,
yeah. My Discord is.
That's not my. I don't have that account no more.
It's my Discord's just cap.kg. It's the same as my TikTok.
Yo, Cap and Kyler, you gotta make more songs, bro. That shit was fire.
Based. Hell yeah, dude. Rad. Hell yeah, dude. Yo, Cap, add him back quick, twin. You add a friend, you go to your messages.
Should have been able to just join the server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Cap, send it to him. All right. Check it. Hold on, I want you to see this though.
Okay, I've sent it.
All right, check that. And then let me put this in the general. Copy link. General. All right, check the general. All right, you can put that up on the screen. Let me see what that looks like. Scroll down. That's tech, twin. That yeah, you're on it too. Like you have everyone on it too. Like, bro, you could, bro, Coco, you should build, bro. You should not even tell. You should build yours how you actually believe it, gang. Like if you don't believe that person should have go there, it's your tier list, bro. Like you should put people. I'll add anybody that's not on there. Yeah, chill. That's our little debater.
Chill.
So- yeah,
No,
but she's
so-
a debater in the KG Lounge. LOL. Nah, Chloe probably beat you. She's tough. I'm trolling.
I want to debate, bro.
Wait, Coco, what would it take for you to like rebuild it but use the other one? What would it take? Because I want to see you build one from scratch. Or just look at it for reference. Really?
Oh, that's. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're trolling. Do you want to debate me? Yeah, me, Cap. I'll affirm like I could affirm like either aesthetic theism or like more more basic form of theism. Bro, just let me run the argument, dude. This is the first time I ran this argument. Why would I do that? That's friendly fire. I don't do those type of things. No, that's friendly fire. We don't believe in friendly fire. No, no, no.
Chill.
Okay, so do you want an argument for aesthetic theism or just like because that's a work in progress, or my strongest argument, which is just the KG ontological. No, I think that's false. It's impossible. But I get it from the KG ontological. Oh, what was your thoughts on it? Oh, we don't use that. Yeah. It's analytic. Well, it's analytically true in virtue of the definitions, but regardless, like, I could just run my argument for aesthetic theism. Aesthetic theism is just the thesis that there is this God who is axiologically motivated to bring about um, an interesting story in the world, or like some type of storyteller God who has like creative expression, wants to bring about beauty, uh, but also wants to bring about some instances of ugliness to make the story more interesting, right? And the datum here is going to be autotelic beauty, which is just instances of beauty that don't seem to affect our evolutionary fitness properties. And it's a conjunction of that and beauty that is actually negative to our fitness properties, insofar as organisms who find these things beautiful would it's not it's going to be something that's negative to the evolutionary fitness there. And just to like give an example, uh, there's some papers on like mathematical beauty and neuroimaging. um, Mathematical beauty is the type of beauty where you find beauty in these abstract things, right, which don't map onto anything in reality, in my view. I would say, at least, like, I don't accept that math is the type of thing which is ontoply committing, right? So then you get those type of beauties not being serving an extrinsic function to our evolutionary properties, um, because extrinsic functions on our evolutionary properties deal with things that are ontoply committing, right? Like, you might want to say we find women beautiful because we want to reproduce, like, it's beneficial for our survival to reproduce with them, right? Like, that's the type of extrinsic function we're talking about. And then you want to say something like this type of beauty is less expected under naturalism than aesthetic theism, and then you just get an update in favor of aesthetic theism. No, that was an example, but I'm not used. That type of beauty is the beauty we're not targeting. We're targeting beauty that doesn't serve an evolutionary function. So, for example, like, if you look up mathematical beauty, there's a good paper on it called Neural Imaging and Mathematicians. And basically, what they did was they took a bunch of equations that mathematicians found beautiful, and they scanned these mathematicians' brains when they're exposed to these type of equations, and they found that it lights up certain receptors in the brain, like dopamine, serotonin, and stuff like that, for these type of mathematicians. And then you just get that the mathematicians actually find these things beautiful because of the chemical signals. And those type of beauties, like mathematical beauties, clearly don't seem to be beneficial for our evolutionary fitness properties, right? Because if evolution were true, you would expect the type of beauties that we have to either be the kinds of beauties that are left over from evolutionary adaptation. Mathematical beauty is an example of some beauty that we would not expect if evolution were true. Right? And then you just get that being more expected under aesthetic theism than naturalism.
Okay. You probably have to, like...
And that's just the basic idea.
No. You probably have to send it to me in, like, written form, and I have to, like, look at it.
Yeah, I can send it to you on Discord. It's just, like, the basic premises. Hold on, give me 1 sec.
Oh, okay. But there's 5 people in here. If you can, tap your screens, like the live, share with anybody who you think might be interested. And I should be editing right now. But okay, let's see. I wonder if I downloaded this already. Yep, I did. Okay, so given that, casual talk Thursdays. But yeah, other than that, I'm just live. Who's the 4 people that are in here? Well, now it's 5. Cap G. What's up, atheist preacher? But yeah, the peak. What you got for me, the peak?
Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, I was just curious about your views on people who view religion as an outlet or outsource to just live a better life. They feel as if even if it isn't true, it betters their life. How would you feel about that?
I think I'm totally okay with that. Like, if somebody wants to be like Christian
Hmm.
and they live in like Arkansas and they're not like forcing their beliefs on somebody or trying to like force Christianity into politics, then like I think that's fine.
Hmm.
I'm not like a
Okay.
anti-theist.
Now let's say they were, I wouldn't say trying to force their beliefs, but they were preaching them in a way in which didn't force, but just let everyone else know. Would you say that would be fair too?
I think if it's not consensual, then it becomes like a problem. Like if I'm in New York and I'm on a subway and we're stuck on this subway for the next 30 minutes and somebody just starts yelling like, I know you guys don't care about Jesus, but I wanted to say Jesus loves you, then like that's problematic.
Hmm. Okay, that's fair. Now, what if like we'll say that they're on the subway, but the subway doors are open for whatever reason, and somebody can just leave whenever they want? That would be fair, though. You would say?
I would say like nah, like I would say still like that person should chill. I mean like yeah, sure like people could leave, but also like we're in public and like
Hmm.
I think if you want to share your belief, you should walk up to somebody and like ask them like, "Hey, want to have a debate or
Okay.
a conversation about this?" And if they say yes, then like you can share it. If not, then
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Just so as long as you're not like just openly, like even if they're, I guess as religion would put it, their hearts are already hardened. There's not really a point in talking to them. Just
yeah.
kind of like leave them alone. Like if they don't want to talk about it, kind of deal.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
oh yeah, go ahead.
go for it.
Oh,
No, you go first. You go first.
all I was gonna say is like I would also hold atheists to the same standard. Like
Hmm.
let's say atheists were going door to door and like forcing people to believe in Christianity or shoving it down their throats, I would be like, nah, like you can be atheist, but unless the person is willing to have the conversation with you, I don't think we should be shoving it in people's faces.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What if now, let's say, for example, somehow, some way, we'll take like Christianity, for example. Christianity led to a society having better outcomes, right? Would you be, I don't know what the word would be, but would it be better then and under that situation to maybe force it on people?
Mm, no, not necessarily. I would say like sure Christianity could lead to like better outcomes, but also I think there's like other options.
Hmm.
Um
Here's a better question. Here's a better question. Do you know what Plato's noble lie is
no.
from the Republic? So I'll give you a hypothetical under Plato's noble lie. It's a I actually kind of like it. It's a bit of a nice philosophical question. If it's the case we had like a society or like we had like an island, right,
Yeah.
where they're ruled, and this island and this entire society on this island has the entire foundation of it is all a lie, right? Everything they've ever known, been taught is a lie, but this society is prospering and doing absolutely amazing things. You being a part of the society one day find out that everything's a lie, right? Would you expose the lie even if it meant crumbling the entire society? You know for a fact it's going to crumble the entire society and eventually just lead to the society just being completely like just morally bad things happen from it, right?
Mm,
Would you expose the lie?
probably not. Um, I think like I would be on my personal venture to figure out what the truth is, but like
Hmm.
if we have rules that are not harming
Like
any.
you know the truth. You know the truth, and so that's how you know it's a lie.
Oh, then probably not. I'd probably keep it to myself or only discuss with people
Hmm.
who consent. But like, I mean, if like the way that society's running is not harming anybody in any way, then like, yeah, I wouldn't really see the issue in people believing in a lie, I guess.
Okay, yeah. I was just curious about that. That's that's good. I talk to a lot of atheists, and sometimes this leads people to like very deep rabbit holes, and they kind of just end up, saying stuff which kind of leads to absurd things. But I like your takes on things. It's You're very open-minded atheist, I would say. You are atheist, right? Agnostic.
Technically I am atheist, but I typically say I'm agnostic. I identify more with
Okay, yeah.
agnosticism.
Okay, so you're privy to if there is a God, maybe not, kind of deal.
Yeah, like I'm like, if you ask me, does God exist? I say I don't know, but I think there's good arguments for atheism and Christianity, and I'm open-minded to God existing. Like if He existed, um, if God existed, I would believe in Him, but then I would also have to like have a further conversation because I would believe in Him, but not think He's worthy of my worship, and then we'd have to have a discussion about some of the things that He's done, and then maybe that would lead to me.
In terms of like the religions, what each religion claims.
Yeah, so like a lot of so specifically the Christian God, it would be like genocides, condoning some form of slavery, and then allowing for humans to carry out spreading the message of Christianity, which would eventually lead to like denominations, Bible translations, and like the spilling of blood in many instances. But yeah, like a lot of like godly neglect and irresponsible behavior we'd probably have to like talk about.
Would you say would you say that these things you bring up, let me ask you the first question. If it was the case that these things you bring up, even though they may seem impossible in your brain to do so, if I could somehow or somebody else could somehow justify and explain these things to you fully in a way which you would understand it, would you say that you would be of that religion?
Yeah, if there was some kind of like explanation, maybe like the genocides didn't happen, or maybe there was like some kind of justification. Yeah, I'd probably become Christian. Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually, it's interesting. I actually saw the. I'm sure you probably have too. Are you a fan of Alex O'Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw the question that was asked to Cliff. I assume. Have you seen that when they were interviewing Cliff and what's his friend? I don't know what Cliff's friend's name is. With if you appeared in ancient Canaan back then, and what would you kind of do, right? I kind of understand that view of things of like, well, things seem unjustifiable, right? So I kind of get where you're coming from completely, but I would ask you, under the pretenses of, let's just state that all of it was unjustifiable, right? Let's state that all religions essentially were false, right? Joseph Smith was right. There is no true religion kind of deal, right? Obviously, including Mormonism, but let's say they were all false, right? Would you still worship or believe and put your faith in God, even if it meant that you weren't following a single religion, you were just following what you believed God to be?
It depends on its truth factor. Like, like I am kind of just like a servant to whatever is true. I'm trying to find the truth and let that govern my life.
Okay, that's fair. But wouldn't you say that, when it kind of goes back to Plato's noble lie, in terms of, sometimes the truth leading your life can lead to extreme unfortunate realities, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, like the truth can be like harmful in a sense. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it could be like for example, like I guess maybe nihilism or something, where it's just kind of like you wake up and you realize like, oh, there's no purpose to like absolutely anything, I might as well just kind of like do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Would you say that believing in like, I guess, I don't know, like some sort of creator that, has invented like a moral code for you to follow, would you say that that's could be better, at least at the very least, like could be possibly better than trying to govern your life based off what you feel the truth is that's presented to you?
Me personally, I would prefer to kind of, I would prefer to rather be like, I would prefer to rather find the truth and then have that lead to me being an epistemic nihilist rather than to like believe in a religion and know that it's a lie or not know that it's a lie.
Okay, so you're always in search of the truth.
Yeah.
Personally.
I want to believe
Okay,
as many true things as possible and least many false things as possible.
Okay, that's fair. So let me ask you this hypothetical: if it's the case, I had a piece of paper, and on this piece of paper there was an undeniable truth written, and this undeniable truth, I could give it to you. It's up to you whether or not you want the paper or not. This truth is something that you've been searching for. We'll say that on which, if religion is true, and if so, which religion is true, right? But as soon as you read this paper, undoubtedly, there's no, considering all things even, as soon as you read this paper, immediately you are going to commit some sort of immoral act or just not want to live, right? But on the paper is the truth, a truth which will lead you to do X thing, right? Would you still want to read the paper?
Wait, so you're saying like on the paper, there's some kind of absolute truth, but this truth would lead to me committing an immoral act?
Yes.
That's a very good question.
Well, we won't even say immoral act, right? Because it's kind of illogical to state that there's some truths and then you commit an immoral act because of the truth, right? We'll say that this truth is a
Highly
completely
impossible.
justified immoral act of some sort that you believe is immoral. But when you read the piece of paper, you're like, oh my God, this immoral act that I believed is immoral this entire time. It's actually a truthfully moral act. So would you want to read the piece of paper?
I think I'd probably want to read the piece of paper. Me personally.
Even if it meant you going and doing something immoral. This immoral act isn't something like, I don't know, like lying or something. Like, this is like a truly, what you believe right now, before reading the paper, to be something truly disgusting. Now, I won't say it's like you doing something to another human. Well, actually, in fact, I'll eliminate all that. I'll just say it's you doing something to yourself. Something that you believe is truly disgusting and immoral, you're going to do to yourself.
I mean,
what is this thought experiment supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm just asking him a thought experiment on, how much he values truth, right? Because he says he lives his life on truth. So I'm just asking him, like, if it's the case you really, truly value truth, right? Would you? I already asked him the noble lie question.
Answer, bro, the answer should just be no, because holy shit. The answer should just be no, Coco, because what's the reason to believe that this truth is inaccessible by obtaining another means?
Yeah.
Right. You could just obtain the truth and not have to read the paper and not do something immoral.
Well, no. It's baked into the hypothetical. This is the only way to find this truth.
Okay, so
and it would cause you to have like possibly like a mental breakdown, and then
it could cause you to have, whatever you kind of want to imagine, but it would cause you undeniably to do something to yourself, right? That you find to be disgusting and immoral, like at the highest level. Something like high up that you would find to be disgusting and immoral, right? So the point of the thought experiment is just kind of like the first thought experiment I posited was one about, Plato's noble lie, and would you force the truth on others in society? Is that you value the truth so much that you would actually end up forcing it on others, even if it meant their untimely demise because you value it that much, right? I guess there's no right or wrong answer, but under my paradigm and what I believe, he passed it because I wouldn't want to, do that either. But this question posits, would you force the truth on yourself, even if it meant that yourself was going to be harmed from doing this?
I think this is a very good question. I probably need to hash this out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it is a very good question, though.
Yeah, it's a thought experience, right? It's not like a debate where I'm like, you have to answer it now kind of deal, right? It's just kind of like a thought experiment about, like, I don't know. It's based off, The Republic by Plato and everything, the noble lie. It's just kind of, would you, does truth really, matter to a certain extent?
Coco. Bro, Constantine Chronicles will tell you I'm better than him.
But okay, you have to give me if you get me a video of that, then I will.
You don't.
I'll put
you think Constantine will say, Bro, Constantine literally calls me like the little savage.
Wait, hold on. Give me 1 sec.
The fact that you have Prince above me.
But I don't know. I have to reevaluate that list later.
Half these people would tell you Kylo is better than me.
But no, I do have to evaluate that. Would I want the truth if it meant that I would go insane and like hurt my... Actually, you know what? I probably would live in delusion. I think like...
Ignorance is bliss kind of deal?
Yeah, I think I'd probably rather want to just be happy. Because like, that'd be great. Like, I find out the truth and then I have a mental breakdown and have like, I don't know, schizophrenia or something. Or well, no. Like I have like, depression.
Just something... Yeah, something bad happening, right? Like something's like along the lines of like
self-unaliveness.
You just not even. You know what? Actually, well, I'll make it a little bit better, just so we can sweeten the pot, right? What you end up doing isn't like what ends up happening to you isn't like some sort of depression, or it doesn't mess with your mind in any sort of way. But you still just end up doing something disgustingly immoral, and then you just live the rest of your life like normally. Like you don't go into like some sort of crazy psychotic state, right? Like you can still live the rest of your life normally, but you'll live the rest of your life normally after you do something, you know, crazy, what you would define as crazy immoral, right? After reading the paper, of course, you wouldn't find it to be such because you found the truth and you realize, well, truthfully, I should be doing X, I guess. I don't know. Somehow in this hypothetical. I know it's kind of a long jump of hypothetical, but you know, just kind of like it's a thought experiment.
Okay, I would
I've
say
done some pretty horrible things in my life, and I haven't forgotten about any of them.
I'd probably say like
Yeah, so I mean, would you live with that regret of doing something horrible to yourself at such a high degree, even if it meant that, hey, I figured out the truth though, right? I'm living the rest of my life normally. I figured out the truth, and now I ended up doing X because of it, right? And it only affected me. It's not like it affected other people around me, right? Am I gonna live in such a regret that I wish I never knew the truth?
I think I'd probably want the truth at that point. Then sure, I'll do the immoral act.
I'll point. I don't like doing this, but I'll point to a movie to illustrate what happens when you do something horrible. So, you know the movie, The Avengers: Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going after the time stones, and at one point, Bruce Banner goes to visit that monk who is the monk before
Stephen Strange's monk.
Right, and she illustrates like what happens when you remove one time stone from the timeline, and it splits off this whole other thing. I think that is the best illustration of what happens to me anyway. Every time I do something reprehensible, I've now created this different timeline.
I will show my face eventually.
I'm forced to live in now. I'm forced to live in because I did it to myself.
Yeah, but that's the question.
I could have been in this other one that would have just been fine, but instead I made this terrible decision, and now I'm in this fucked up timeline.
Yeah, but that's the question: is that new timeline you're putting yourself in so bad, or is it actually you feel like it would be better in that timeline? Because now in this timeline, you know the truth to one of the most asked questions in your head, like the biggest question you could possibly ever conceive or imagine, right? That you could ever even think about, right? You're gonna find out that the answer to that question, you'll just end up doing something to yourself that's immorally wrong, right? It wouldn't necessarily mess you up for life unless you let it, right? But like, it's not like you would just go psychotic. You just end up doing something disgustingly, horribly, morally wrong in how you see it currently.
So is there a specific thing that you're talking about, or are you just talking about like in general?
I wouldn't say there's a specific thing that I would say you're doing to yourself, but
well, no. I mean, the reason why we're talking about this, like, because I kind of came in mid conversation, and I don't like doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Was there something you were talking about that is the big mistake that you're talking about, or
the foundation of everything I'm saying?
Say that again.
Are you asking for the foundation of everything I'm saying?
No. I'm just asking for the foundation of this conversation. I just want it sounded like
of everything I'm saying.
Do what?
Yeah, the foundation of what I'm currently saying.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I'm just positing a thought experiment on how much you guys value truth, right? So did you hear the Plato's Noble Lie thought experiment?
No, but I really don't need to hear thought experiments. I just wanted to hear what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. A thought experiment which would lead you to better understanding how much you value, and more specifically me, that's why I'm asking the question, to better understanding how it is you value truth.
You know,
like how much do you value truth so much you're willing to force it on others? Do you value truth so much that you're willing to do X, B, Y kind of thing?
I don't like the word truth. I value facts. I do not value truth.
You don't value truth, you value fact?
Correct.
What would you say is the difference, or symmetry breaker in your head?
So people can have their own truths, right? They people can walk through this world with their own truths, but you can't walk through this world disagreeing with one apple plus another apple equals two apples. And so I'm a one apple plus plus another apple equals two apples kind of guy. I am not a truth, like this is my truth, this is my experience.
Yeah, but Pyre, your truth is based on what is factual, correct?
I don't think I try to make mine as based on factual as possible, but I know that there are people who walk through this world who do not care if the facts align with their truth.
Yeah, and I understand that, but that's why the thought experiment is supposed to be positive to you specifically. What do you align truth with, right? And how far are you willing to go to find out exactly what is how? It's kind of how you're stating it, right? How far are you willing to go to try to align that truth with fact as much as possible? Are you willing to force those facts on others?
For me, it's the other way around. And I'm going to address your question as well as Tushy in the comments. So, Tushy, you're right. A fact is truth, but truth aren't always facts. And so that's the way I approach it is, I don't try to align my truth with the facts. I align with facts, and therefore my world falls in line with those facts.
Yeah, and your world is your truth.
No, my world is my facts.
Yeah, but what's your truth then?
I don't know. I don't really understand that question. I don't know that question.
Do you have a truth?
No, not necessarily.
So if you don't have a truth, is everything kind of just untrue?
No, everything is either a fact or it's not a fact.
Okay. So there is no such thing as truth, though.
I try to avoid the word truth as much as I possibly can.
Okay, would you say that facts could lead us to entailments of other things that have to be fact, even if we don't know it's fact, for sure?
I'm not 100% sure of your question. I will say that facts lead us to other facts, or determining whether or not a thing is a fact or not is the way we should be navigating this universe. Like,
well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let's say that.
And I'm not trying to be dodgy. Just so you know, I'm not trying to.
No,
be
you're
dodgy.
good. You're good. Don't worry about it. We go back and we time travel back to the very beginning, right? And me and you were just simple people who we live. I forgot when exactly gravity was invented. I'm not that good at dates and everything. But
gravity
we
was
know,
invented?
Or probably discovered.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
The discovered.
Okay.
I apologize.
So you're talking about Newtonians. So that would be like the 1400s, right? The 1500s.
Yeah, sure, like 1400s. We go back to 1400s, 1500s, right?
That's not that long ago, but okay.
Sir Isaac Newton has just discovered the apple falling from the tree, and he realizes everything is going to end up falling, right? Even though we haven't tested it fully, everything's going to end up falling if we drop it, right? So if I went up and I had a wood plank in my hand, right? It's never been tested before if this wood plank is going to fall, right? Could I come to the undeniable truth that it is going to fall when I let go of it, even if it's never been tested before?
Truth. It's a fact.
So it's not yet.
Wait.
It's not yet a fact, right?
Hold on.
But I can come to someone and tell me of the truth, right?
No. Hold on. Newton didn't discover gravity. He explained gravity. So gravity has always been there. It's always been a fact. Newton figured it out. He figured out the equation to explain gravity, but he didn't discover it.
Okay. How about this? Here's a better hypothetical for you.
All right, let's
okay.
go. Let's try it again.
You know for a fact 1 + 1 = 2, right?
That is correct.
Okay, great. We'll go back to a time before multiplication was ever, even conceived, right?
Okay.
Back then, did 1 × 1 = 1?
Yes, it did.
Okay, how did we figure that out?
Okay, so I see where you're going with this, and so I'm gonna help you out. Wipe humanity out of the universe. Okay, there is no humanity. There's no thinking brain in the universe anywhere, right?
Yep.
But there's still everything else. Everything else still there except for humans. Okay.
Okay.
An apple falls out of a tree. That's gravity. It happens whether humans are here or not. We didn't discover it. We didn't learn it. 1 × 1 = 1 because that's what mathematics is. It would happen.
Great.
It would still be here whether humans were here or not. Now, squirrels wouldn't be sitting around writing scholarly papers on calculus, but the calculus would still exist. It was just waiting to be discovered. So
great.
Right. All we did.
Do we know?
All we did was come up with a really accurate way to describe the universe. We didn't learn. We didn't discover.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. Can it be tested if 1 + 1 will always equal 2, even thousands and millions of years from now?
The reason why I don't say 1 + 1 = 2 and I say 1 apple and add another apple and you have 2 apples is to illustrate that point that you just made right now. Yes.
Okay.
No matter what, and no matter how